New verse for poetry, fourth butterfly, all of it. Yeah, yummy. Fireworks, true story. In the days that go by quietly, amongst the naked trees waiting for snow, they had made upper management. They had stood proud, they had taken the blows together as brothers godly made, leading their company from the heat of corruption and creating its shade by how they walked what they thought, waded real through the waters of panic for Pittsburgh, for plate, for steel. And still he was with one glass eye, headed home from work as just one of the headlights on that byway. His thoughts turning over and over about whatever his wife had told him to stop at the store for, how many times he had forgot before, and what he should do about it. As Robert, the Batman to his Robin, quit quiet and underspoken, old as the sea and Navy way, slowed into his driveway. As a widow willing, happy, alone, to face whatever his four had done at home that day. To find his daughters laughing, his youngest crying, and that blush red face of his first son he too well knew where it came from, and he was silent. His blue eyes a dancing at what it could be, and the thought of martinis at his neighbor's house flee in the den to discuss the solution. Turned out to be at around 4:30 p.m. his firstborn and some friends had greatly upset an old man the whole burb and bend had held in question for just being too mean. The logic of being 10 had led to fireworks down in the glen of the mean man's property, instead of the piles of leaves to sweep, as Batman Daddy had said, and that was worse to have said before dinner. And when Batman Daddy looked at his firstborn unknowing, it was hard for him too with her gone, as it was the rest of them. The boy was sent to his room with intent of forgiveness. As Robert stopped by the den with the car because Flea's wife had to go back to the store as she was known for driving too slow. To just have witness as to what he might have to say and do, the martinis would have to wait till the mean man in the neighborhood was appeased and satiated, and off they went in his Batman mobile to knock at the man's door in the after eve time. They could tell that the burb despot believed in tyranny and a silent rage by the self-made signs he had stuck in his lawn up his walkway that clearly stated there was nothing on earth that was ever going to make him happy. Well, Flea and Robert were happy guys. They believed in spreading joy by their walk of brotherhood through every sigh and far and wide and throughout time. Robert often pointed out was not linear. So depression made men, they quickly prayed again as they knocked thrice upon the door and heard his answer opening. Robert apologized for his son. Flea apologized for Robert and the generations to come. They offered to pay for the damage. They explained what would happen to every boy involved till they could resolve all of his unhappiness. But the man issued a response of such viciousness to their disgust, proving why not even his children could be his friend. Till Flea clenched his teeth and Robert his fist, and without speaking, in satirical silence, they made a unanimous decision. The drive to the fireworks store was quiet. as it was really obvious, and preferred a new bill that would have to be tacked to the stipend of Robert's son's allowance. And he would have to sweep the leaves by himself, and he was taking the keys as soon as the boy thought he was a driving. Satisfied, they went a shopping to teach a lesson about a reckoning with the abilities of fireworks as a point, like a naval engineer officer and a son of liberty. Quietly they worked in the wee hours on the lawn of the door they had knocked upon till their professional show of Father Grace was done. Eternal, eternal, the laughter of generations when playing catch, and they struck the match. Robert was caught running home in his pajamas alone before the second round blew. They made it home in the car because Dar was far more scary than the police, but was busted by the whole precinct upon questioning to bail Batman out. Both had to wait for what scared them most. Both to this day, Dar drive somewhere. Dar driving them home in the car at a snail's crawl, and her hairy Gaelic eyeball to explain why she had to bail them both out in front of their children with a father's grace and forgiveness. So the depression made men took the humiliation of Dar driving the car, and Flea would sweep the leaves. She was getting the keys every night for a week, for it really was she who was worse to upset before dinner. And with that, we all agree. Still, did that?